This is Dante Williams, and you're watching
DONTAE'S
Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So on January 28th, Mikey Garcia returns on PBC, and I'll tell you right now, I believe that this is going to be Mikey Garcia's biggest step up in competition in his entire career. He's going to be fighting on the Carl Frampton versus Leo Santa Cruz undercard, and he's going against Dejan Zlaticanin, the WBC champion. You know, Mikey Garcia, he's never really faced any guys that were pretty much on his level. He's never really been in a Mayweather Corrales type of fight, a De La Hoya Trinidad type of fight, where the competition was very even. This will be the first time I truly believe he's doing that. So if Mikey Garcia gets past Zlaticanin, that would be very impressive. You know, I was really impressed with Dejan's performance over Ricky Burns. He knocked him down in the first round. It was just overall a very dominant performance, and he wasn't expected to do that to Ricky Burns at the time. Now, Dejan, he has a frame, a body structure kind of similar to a Lucas Matisse. He's short, compact, very strong, but he's a southpaw, and he has a very, very strong, quick left hand. That's how he knocked down Ricky Burns. Matter of fact, he kept clocking Ricky Burns the whole night. As soon as Burns would throw out his jab, Dejan would counter it with a clean left hand. Now, when it comes to Mikey Garcia, he has the same type of height and reach advantage that Ricky Burns had over the much shorter Dejan. But Dejan was able to take what would look like a disadvantage of his height and turn it into an advantage, because he was able to get underneath Ricky Burns and blast him with left hands and right hooks the entire night. Zlaticanin, he would often set everything up with the straight left hand. Once he would land the left hand, then he would go on the inside and blast Ricky Burns with body shots, with hooks to the body, hooks to the head. So, you know, it was a very impressive performance, and this is the reason why I truly believe that Mikey Garcia, he has his hands full. Now, when it comes to Mikey Garcia, I've always said he has one of the best 1-2s in the business. He's tall, he has the reach, and he's very, very accurate with his 1-2. Now, if I were to compare Mikey Garcia to Ricky Burns, of course, Mikey Garcia is a much better fighter than Ricky Burns. He's quicker, he's definitely stronger, has more power, and he has good foot movement in the ring. He definitely has good footwork when he's in the ring with an aggressive fighter. So this will be really interesting. I mean, in Mikey Garcia's last performance, it was an impressive performance, but the one thing I will take away is throughout the entire night, Mikey Garcia, he kept getting hit with the same right hand over and over and over again. The mark of a special fighter or a special champion is knowing how to adjust. You often see special fighters, maybe they'll get caught with a certain punch in the first couple rounds, but after they adjust to that punch, they seldomly ever get caught with that shot again. If you're still getting caught with the same punch throughout the entire night, that means you have not learned from your mistakes yet. And that means a much better fighter can take advantage of that flaw that you have. Now, some fans would attribute Mikey Garcia getting caught with so many right hands because he had been off for like 2 years. So they say he was rusty. But what I found interesting is when Mikey Garcia was asked after the fight, how would he rate his performance? He pretty much said he thought it was a perfect performance. He didn't say, I give myself a C or a B minus. I'm still a little rusty. I was just shaking off the rust. He didn't say any of that. He thought that his performance was a A+ type of performance. So that tells me that him getting caught with those right hands, he didn't feel that was out of the ordinary. So that's one of the flaws that Mikey Garcia has, but he definitely makes up for his flaws with that laser-like right hand that he has. This is going to be a typical southpaw versus conventional type of style matchup, and it's going to be Mikey Garcia's laser right hand versus Dejan Zlaticanin's laser left hand. I definitely see knockdowns in this fight. I would not be surprised if both of these guys get knocked down in this fight. This is a very good matchup. Very, very good matchup. If Mikey Garcia can get past Dejan, that would be a very, very impressive win. And I truly believe this would be the biggest win on Mikey Garcia's resume. I mean, Orlando Salido, it was a good win, but it was not against an undefeated young lion. And this is an undefeated young lion that he's going up against, and a champion on top of that as well. You have to give Mikey Garcia a lot of credit for taking such a big step up, only in his second fight back after a long layoff. Even though Mikey Garcia, he was training and sparring that whole time. So it wasn't like Mikey Garcia was just, sitting on the couch. He was training and he was sparring that entire time that he was out of the ring. So that's the reason why he doesn't have too much ring rust. But if he can beat Dejan Zlaticanin, that would be impressive. And I'm telling you right now, the lightweight division is really, really getting deep. It's really shaping up to be one of the best divisions in the sport right now. Because I'm telling you, with fighters like Robert Easter, Richard Comey, they fought so competitive. That fight, I should say, was so competitive that it was almost as if no one really lost that fight. It was a razor-thin decision that Robert Easter won. And, man, with those fighters, and now you have Zlaticanin, you have Mikey Garcia, you have a couple other champions as well in the lightweight division. It's starting to become a deep division, and it's crazy because usually the lightweight division is a dried up division. You usually don't have a whole lot of talent. Usually a lot of fighters, they stay there for a minute and they move up to junior welterweight, but we have a lot of talent in this division right now. So I'm looking forward to seeing this fight. I'm really looking forward to seeing this fight. Whoever wins this fight is a serious, serious player at the lightweight division. So that's pretty much all I got for now. I may do a prediction on this fight later on, but I'm going to leave it at that for now, guys. On to the next one.
Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Woo!